Hello everyone, it's Richard here from UK Versus. I'm here at my LGS, Hastings Board Game Cafe Museum. You have to forgive a bit of the background noise. We've got D&D night going on in the background as well as some people playing some Universe over to the side. But I am kindly joined by third out of three back-a-goes at the last regionals, but top four competitor Yash, one of my locals, who was very proud. Yash, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks for having me on. Yeah.
That's all good, thank you. We'll just a little short interview for the channel, just to see how it went. So, my first question, why back-a-go?
So when JetBurn first came out, I got drawn to back-a-go. I thought I liked the idea of like building the hand, the discard, the clearing. I love clearing. And then as Attack on Titans come out and all this air becomes clearance symbol, for when I give it a go again. That's why back-a-go.
All right, cool. And also then, secondly, how painful was it to go to like a major event and not register either Barrier Shield or Rejuvenate in Smash?
It hurt. My two favourite cards are VG Smash and Barrier Shield. So I originally, when JetBurn came out in back-a-go, I did build Void purely for those two reasons. And then betraying everything I stood for and not putting those cards in hurt a lot. It did.
Yeah, I can imagine. But like, how was the event overall for you? Like, did you have a good time? I assume you did.
Yeah, so it was my first proper event. We do a lot of locals here, so this was my first one, and it was great. So I think whenever you go to an event for the first time, you're a bit nervous about things, but the community was amazing. Everyone was so cool, so chill. It was great, and then somehow getting in top four somehow made it cherry on top.
Yeah, I mean, like, you earned it, man. Like, I know obviously we were on the group chat, and I was following on from home and cheering you on, and you were like amazing to get in. But like, I think obviously that everyone locally have only been playing sort of aside for me about a year and a half, so since sort of set 5-ish. And everyone did really well. Like, I was really proud of everyone, and like, I don't think you should sort of belittle your own accomplishments. Like, I think you earned that top cut, and if nothing else, sort of the fact that you didn't just sort of get in and then get knocked out straight away. Like, you got in and then went further, like, proves that you belonged there and you earned it. So I think, like, you should be very proud of yourself for doing so. And, obviously we all wanted you to win. It's unfortunate you didn't, but like, all that washed up Hardman ended up winning in the end. But yeah, no, it was really, really cool, and everyone was really proud. And like, everyone had a shot going into those last couple of rounds. Like, everyone was like on 9 points, and just double win could have got them in. So like, it was really, really good all round, I think, for us as a locals, with players that have only been playing not so long. And given like our local meta isn't particularly sweaty, right? We just play fun decks, we play what we want to play, so we haven't really had much practice against your Rodans and Smiling Titans of the world. So to go to this big event where you are going to play people who are playing to win, playing the meta decks and getting there, like, yeah, just really, really good.
Yeah. As I said, we don't have much experience with stuff against like Smilings and Rodans, so when I got there, I was expecting that, and luckily enough, there's, I think, 2 Smiling Titans. I didn't see a Rodan. Granted, there was, from what I found out from today's video, 9 Midori's, and I ended up playing 4 of them.
Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, and that was, if you assuming you watched the interview with Mike, I mean, that's why they went with Bakugo, because they felt their deck had a very good matchup into him with that kind of hand discarding and stuff like that. So, like, it turned out that while you didn't play Bakugo for sort of meta reasons, it turned out to be a good call. Yeah. So did you win all 4 of those matches against Midoriya?
I won 3 of them.
Okay.
The one I lost was to Luke. That was a great experience, some would say. It was real good deck, real good play. So I managed to win 3 out of 4 Midoriyas, and I think it was a double at the end, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, Luke's obviously one of the best players in the UK and Europe, so like, no sort of harm in losing to him, no embarrassment there. Like, I'm pretty sure Luke's beaten me many times before, so like, yeah, Luke's very, very good, and I think that's why sort of Liam and Mike brewed that Bakugo deck, because they felt it had a good matchup going into what ends up being the biggest part of that field, which is surprising. I've said many times I'm not really too high on the new Midoriya in terms of competitive viability, but obviously a lot of people disagree with me. But yeah, so like, any other sort of takeaways from the event from you?
I wouldn't consider how good of a time it was. I think I've learnt I've seen things now that, like, again, because it's my first tournament, there's a lot to learn. I've seen how people built decks, cards they played, some cool usage of cards. So I think I've come back learning a lot more about A, my deck, and B, like, how to, like, construct decks and how to, play certain cards.
Yeah, and obviously now you made a top cut, you must be hungry for more and get in there again. Because, like, once you get that taste, man, you want more.
It tasted good, I must admit.
Yeah.
I mean, I never really went into it expecting anything. So me and our locals, all of our mentality was 7 games, get 3, and then that's good for us. But yet now you said it, like, I've done it once. Why not try and go for it again?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you've proved that you could hang with those guys, with the top guys, hang and get in those top cuts. So, like, there's no reason to not aim for that going forward and think, I'm good enough to do so, right? So, like, I guess in terms of the deck, obviously, I think, I don't know how many changes we made. Like, we had our little sort of dojo session on the Tuesday beforehand. We went through everyone's deck lists. I don't know if did we change much on your list?
We changed a few. I think, for example, I think the really unsung hero of my deck was the switch to vertical maneuvering, which is the 503 response ready 2.
Yeah.
That saw, I only ran 2, but with those 2, it saw a lot of play in terms of getting things set up later on. So that was like an unsung MVP for my deck, and that's something we added.
Oh, really?
Because I think it was originally 4 irate scows.
Yes.
And then we swapped it to 2 irate, 2 vertical maneuvering.
Yeah.
So we did tinker quite a bit with it. I think more so on the foundation side. But the big one that I can remember was switching to vertical maneuvering.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was a lot of tinkering in that attack line trying to get the sort of balance of 5s and 4s read it right, and the block zones as well. Like, I don't know, did you have Krakens in the original? Was that something we added?
I believe I had 2, and I think we chucked an extra for the sideboard. Yeah. Because it worked out when I played Mimic.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I felt like that was going to be like, I felt like having 2 Krakens main, having that one in the sideboard would be good going into Mimic and give you that advantage. And obviously, it worked out in the end. Any cards that you sort of didn't like in that list over the weekend?
I'm trying to think. Bring It On, actually, I've run one of. I never actually used it. If anything, it was more so fodder for either flip for my reboot to give it plus its keywords, or that's just a generic get rid of, or sacrifice, or flip. I've not always been a big fan of Bring It On, but I understand the merit of it, and back and go, stop them. They draw one, right, let's get rid of something. But I didn't get to play it that often. So that, I think, is one thing that I would have changed.
Okay. I can't remember, is Disarming Glance on air?
Not sure I remember.
Okay.
I know it wasn't in my deck, so I'm assuming not.
Well, it might have been something we overlooked, and obviously I think that was a big part of why Mike and Liam played back ago, that kind of Disarming Glance, kick something, and just lock people out of drawing for the rest of the turn. So, but yeah, obviously, overall, I was just so very, very proud of not only you, but the rest of the guys, of how well they did over the course of the weekend. So, just more. Just keep it going. Hopefully, we'll all get down to Nats and see if we can run it back.
Yeah, 100%. That'd be great.
Right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Yash. Hopefully, we'll have you on talking about another top cut in the future. But for now, obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube and all that stuff, do all the things. Click like, comment, subscribe. And if you ever want to come and play with the third best player in Europe, come down Hastings Board Game Cafe Museum. We've got pre-release the new set this Sunday. But yeah, come and hang out and play some games with us. Catch you all later.